And we are live. How's it going? Coach Sofet joining me today up above Bears Stadium, talking football, week 3. It is a wonderful day. It is a Thursday, the 18th, and we've got a little music playing. I'm so happy to have you. Thank you for joining me.
Absolutely.
I'm getting used to this.
I know, because we did it yesterday.
Oops. Oopsie. So this is a little replay on me.
It's all good, man. This is fun. We get to do it again.
But thank you for being so understanding. I really want to get down to where we're at in the season now. It looks like we're at 1-2. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
We're 1-2. We had a game last Friday night in New Braunfels, I believe. That was an away game.
Yes, sir.
I just kind of want to start out with saying, all things considered, you've had 2 scrimmages, 3 games, 2 away games. How are you feeling overall? Just your overall outlook on the season with your squad?
Our goals are still in front of us. Everything that we've set out to do, we do a team meeting every Monday with a PowerPoint, and I put the goals of the season up there and we highlight them as we accomplish them. And so realistically, the goals that we all have set are still there in front of us. The season's not over from what happened on Friday. I told the kids leading up into week 3, we were going to be 2-0 going into that game. Realistically, that's what I thought. It's not panning out that way, but our goals are still in front of us for what we want to accomplish for the year. And, just trying to make sure that the kids are prepared every week and we continue to do the things we do. Sometimes consistency is something that you need to keep up and it'll eventually work. You just got to stay consistent to what you do. And, so we're definitely doing that.
Yeah. And it seems like you also have a culture of realizing it's always 0-0. It's always the next game. It's always the next man up. It's the next play. It's being present. And I think that's probably part of the key, isn't it?
It is. I think that's the most important thing. Next play mentality, I guess, is what you could say from, back in my early years coaching, it was always like next play. But, now like prepping into a week like this, it's kind of, tough on the kids because they're like, well, we're 1-2. And I'm like, well, technically we're 0-0,
Exactly.
we still got our goals in front of us. And this week we got to win this week. Something I put up on the PowerPoint is win the day. Let's win every day in the classroom first. Definitely most importantly to win the day in the classroom, but win the entire day from the time you wake up, from the time you go to sleep. Like, what are you doing at home? All those things of being like a person. And what are you doing to better yourself? And so for me personally, it's just about us continuing that we're 0-0 this week. We brought everybody in yesterday on a day that was a day off for the students at school, but we still practiced in the morning at 7 a.m. and made sure that we still covered everything we needed to cover and making sure that we're prepped and ready to go for this week.
I love it. And as we mentioned last Friday, you guys were at New Braunfels, I believe, New Braunfels Christian, right?
Yep.
And it seems like, that was an away game. So a lot of us were not there to see what happened. What are some of the issues, some of the challenges that you feel like the Bears faced in that game? It was 56-16. What are some of your takeaways on the challenges and what could have been better?
Preparation wise, I don't think, I would have done anything different. Sometimes you show up on Friday night and the game starts and one team is mentally more ready, I guess, than the other.
Right.
Honestly, we made some mistakes early that really put us in a hole. To start the game off, we had 12 guys in the huddle, calling timeout. And then we throw an interception and you take it back for a touchdown. So that's how you start. It's not the start that we planned. We got a kick return with everything that we had done. Hey, if it goes to this guy, we're doing this return. If it goes to this guy, we're doing this return. If it falls into this level of guys, get it and fall on it. That's
right.
Kind of what we had planned, and we executed it. And then from there, kind of didn't really go as planned. But the thing was, it was 21-0. Then we responded with a touchdown drive, made it 21-8. Then it kind of got to 49-8, I think, at halftime. But then, like you said, it was 56-16. So technically we outscored them in the second half. And that's was something, realizing going into halftime or going into the game or at that point of the game is like, how do you get better for the next week? So at halftime, it was like, yeah, this one, as much as you don't want to say it, like we kind of crumble this up and throw it in the trash type game. Like, hey, at this point now, let's get better for next week. Like our opponent this next week, we have to start. This is our preparation time right now. You know, if a closer game, things are different. You're managing it different. You're coming up with adjustments. You're coming up with ideas and what are scheming against them going in the second half. But that was like, let's execute our plays. Let's do what we do. And then we went out there and the team huddled up and we split up with the coaches and they kind of explained what we were going to do in the second half. So, you know, it didn't go as planned, but, you know, there's definitely things on the tape we took away that were positive. And then there were some that we took away on the tape that were learning experiences. You know, you could use the word negative, but I think it's more of a teaching moment for the kids and being like, hey, man, this next time this play happens, you need to do this. And when they see it and they see themselves and they can be critical of themselves, they definitely can get better from it.
Yeah, and that's a great point. You guys had 16 points. Can you tell me a little bit about the scoring? How did those plays go down, and who were the offensive players that really stuck out to you that were part of the scoring? I mean, 16 points is still 16 points. Many games are won 16 to something else.
Yeah.
So how did it go with the offense? Who stood out to you as well?
So we had like I said, they were up 21-0, and we drove down, and Caden threw a touchdown to Nathan Clark. Again, the pocket collapsed. He rolled out to his left. He looked, and the receivers ran their routes and where they were supposed to be. The defense thought he was running, and he was able to throw it in, and we lined straight up, went for 2, got the 2-point conversion. And then the second one was a great pass down the sideline, the right side to Hakeem in the second half. And then,
of course, Hakeem Griffin.
Yep. And then we were able to, get it in. They wanted to do the tush push. Yeah. So they lined up, and we gotten a penalty to get us half yards closer. And then the kids lined up and ran up to the line and executed it. So, we scored points, right. And that we scored a touchdown a half and a 2-point conversion a half. And so, we tried some things also this week, adjustment wise, to make sure that if you're not playing, the backup is ready. And then the backup to the backup's ready. And so we did some stuff this week. I mean, guys got injured during the game. Guys got to get injured during practice. And, things might happen during the school day that could prevent players from playing as well if they're not upholding their end of the bargain, whether it's grade-wise or discipline-wise, just making sure that they're doing the right things. And so I want to make sure we have as many guys prepped as ready. Sometimes, like I say, you're only as good as the last guy on the bench because you got to be ready for everybody. We're a team, and you got to have everybody ready to play. And like I said, some guys, I tell them that maybe your role is special teams, but be great at it, and then you become great on special teams, and then you can start sliding in on the offense and the defense. And so now you've made a name for yourself. So, even yesterday morning, just, like I said, you can see growth in the players too, because I'm always like, I need 11 guys out there. I don't care what 11 guys go out for special teams. And I was like, 11 guys out there. And I turned around for 1 second. I turned back around and they were lined up. And I was like, that's 11 guys. Like but that's what when you can in your head, you're like, those are the little things that are going a long way with these kids. They're starting to realize, I want to be one of the 11. I want to be out there. Put me in there, coach. I want to play. And so that's an intangible you can't teach.
Right. And as far as the tush push, isn't that kind of an invention perhaps of the Philadelphia Eagles? I heard
it is. They scored it and were like, that one's for you, coach. And I was like, I appreciate it.
There you go. The tribute. I had to throw that in there.
I appreciate it.
So now a tough question for you. Obviously we're talking the other side of the ball, gave up 56 points. What are some of the things that you see defensively that you need to do, that the squad needs to do to adjust to get these point differentials down closer in your favor? 56 is a lot. What are you thinking about your defense right now?
I'm still confident in them. Like I said, I'm always going to be confident in our guys. Like I tell them every week, I trust them. I have confidence in them. And some days we have bad games. We
all do.
I put myself in that category in the Charlotte game. The first, I think we lost because of the coaching. I'm not going to hide from that fact. We kind of got off our game on what we do instead of, just continuing to coach the kids and different things. But defensive wise, about adjustments, just making sure that the kids are, they're taught up and they're up to speed on everything that we want to accomplish. Along with, again, adjustments throughout the game. We started out and we kind of wanted to give them a different look that we thought would better suit us for the week. But, like I said, defensively, we kind of schemed something a little different. It didn't work out. And then we just went back to our base on what we did, and we were able to make some stops. Like I said, in the second half, we outscored them 8-7. And, that's what it's about. And you're able to take home and different things like, you know, we got a few guys get banged up, but you know, we got Coach Sandoval and his crew keeping our guys upright, and you know, we're back out at practice every day, ready to roll. And you know, just definitely some things that we're working on during the week is just the little things that we're not, the attention to detail things, and we kind of took on, you know, the accountability and the adjustments. That's been kind of the thing I've talked to you about as well. But you know, we kind of took on the mantra of tough, detailed, together. And, you know, told them we got to be tough mentally as well, not just physically. Detailed, we got to pay attention to the details, and then we got to do everything together. It's all of us, the special teams, the coaches, the offense, the defense, you know, everybody together. And so, you know, kind of have added that mantra on the last couple of weeks, and especially the detail part of things. You know,
and you mentioned tackling as well. Was an emphasis,
and the emphasis is on tackling. You know, we worked on some different drills. We didn't do the same routine in our individual drills or our team drills, and really spent time on like, where are you tackling him? How are you tackling him? Why is this happening? Wow. You know, we kind of did a drill this week where we eliminated the ball from the drill, and it was just tackle the person. And because I think sometimes we get caught up on trying to punch the ball, rip the ball out.
Right.
Everybody wants to make that fancy play.
Yeah.
We did rip the ball out of their hands and they recovered it. So I told the kids, like, at the same time, like, yeah, that's positive, but they still got the ball back. So let's worry about the stuff of just wrapping up. And then the gain tackling, like one guy gets him, come help finish. And that was definitely key in the second half. I always talk about the one play, Isaac Vargas, we stuck him in there on defense and he's getting blocked and he wraps the guy behind the guy. Like, he's getting blocked and he tackles the guy behind him. And then the next guy comes in and cleans him up. And I'm like, that's your together play. That's the together play right there, guys, that you guys got to think like this is everybody doing this together. And it's not about who gets the credit for it. So
absolutely. So moving on to next week, I hear a rumor that you guys are once again on the road. Who are you playing and how does the tape look? How are you feeling about it? What are some of the things that you see as, you know, how you want this to turn out this week based on your adjustments and the team that you've got to work with? What are you thinking for not next week,
tomorrow.
Tomorrow night. Who are we playing?
We're playing St. John Paul II out of Corpus. So we got a little bit of a trip tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
No pep rally again. So we can get ready and get on the bus.
Okay.
There'll be a pep rally on the 26th. You know, I always say we're excited for a new opportunity to play somebody different. We played them last year.
Okay.
They were one of the teams we did beat last year. And
wow.
We're excited for opportunity to go down there and give us another opportunity to compete. Like I said, I like the week of practice that we had. You know, I'm excited for the walkthrough today. Some of the kids are really pumped up about the game, you know, and us just being able to manage everything and going into the game with a positive attitude and getting there and warming up the right way and doing everything the right way. You know, eliminating all the distractions from the bus ride there to who the officials are, who's showing up, who's not coming to the game. Some kids are staying after the game with their families at the beach, eliminating all those distractions. And from about 5:30 to about 9:30, 10 o'clock, it needs to be all football, and then we'll worry about the other stuff later.
Got it. Well, thank you so much, Coach. We'll roll some tunes. We'll get out of here. We'll let you get to lunch. Thank you so much for joining. I'm personally rooting for you, and I know this entire campus is rooting for you as well. Please say hello to all the other coaches. And all the best to you for tomorrow night's game. We're with you. Let's go in and get a big win in Corpus.
Absolutely. Go Bears, and I'll see y'all next week.
Go Bears. Thank you.